Yamunatiravanachari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Jaya Radha Madhava Kunja Bihari Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradari Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yashodanandana Braja Janaranjana Yamunatiravanachari Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Jaya Radha, Vallabha Radha, Vallabha Shri Radhe. Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Jagannatha, Jaya Baladeva, Jaya Subhadra Devi. Jaya Gauranitai, 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 Jaya Gauranitai. Jaya Prabhupada, 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 Jaya Prabhupada. Jaya Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Nitai Gaura Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Nitai Gaura Hare Bol. Nitai Gaura Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Hare Bol, Nitai Gaura Hare Bol. Gaura Premanandi. Jaya Om Vishnupadaya Paramahamsa Parivrakaracharya Astotara Abhaya Charanaravinda Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. ISKCON Founder-Acharya Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Shri Shri Jagannath Baladev Subhadra Maharani ki Jai. Shri 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 Gaur Nitai ki Jai. Shri Shri Radha Ballabhagavani ki Jai. Narasingha Bhagavan. All glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to the assembled devotees, all glories to Shri Shri Guru and Gauranga. So today we are reading from Śrīmad Bhāgavatam, Canto 7, 8, 9, 8. Yeah, sure. Which chapter? What's the title of the chapter? Very good, very good, very good. So the title of the chapter is Gajendra's Prayers of Surrender. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Text number 8 and 9. There are two texts there. We'll go only with the one text, okay, today. Text number 8. Na vidyate yasya cha janma karma va. Na vidyate yasya cha janma karma va. Na nama rupa guna dosha eva va. Na nama rupa guna dosha eva va. Tatapi lokapaya sambhavaya. Tatapi lokapaya sambhavaya. Swamaya tani anukalam richati. Swamaya tani anukalam richati. Na vidyate yasya cha janma karma va. Na vidyate yasya cha janma karma va. Na nama rupa guna dosha eva va. Na nama rupa guna dosha eva va. Tatapi lokapaya sambhavaya. Tatapi lokapaya sambhavaya. Swamaya tani anukalam richati. Swamaya tani anukalam richati. Na rama rupa guna dosha evacha. Sasalokapaya sambhavaya. Swamaya tanu anukalam richati. Na vidyate yashvacha janma karma va. Move. Still further. Yep. Na nama rupa guna dosha evacha. Tatapi lokapayaya sambhavayaya Swamaya tani anukulam vichyate. Mataji's. Tatapi lokapayaya sambhavaya avidyate satyata janma karma va tatapi lokapayaya sambhavaya navidyate shricha janma karma tatapi lokapayaya sambhavaya swamaya na vidyate yasya cha janma karma va na nama rupa guna desha eva cha tatapi lokapayaya sambhavaya we'll see the word to word meaning. Na, not, vidyate, there is, Yashya, of whom the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Cha, also, Janma, birth, Karma, activities, Va, or, Na, nor, Nama Rupe, any material name or material form, Guna, qualities, Dosa, fault, Eva, certainly, Va, either, Tatapi, still, Loka, of this cosmic manifestation, Apayaya, who is a destruction, Sambhavayaya, and creation, Ya, he who, Swamayaya, by his own potency, Tani, activities, Anukulam, eternally, Richate, accepts, Tasmai, unto him, Namo, I offer my obeisances, Para, transcendental, Isaya, who is supreme controller, Brahmane, who is the supreme Brahman, Parabrahman, Ananta Shakti, with unlimited potency, Arupaya, possessing no material form, Urupaya, possessing various forms as incarnations, Namaha, I offer my obeisances, Acharya Karmane, whose activities are wonderful. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Translation: the Supreme Personality of Godhead has no material birth, activities, name, form, qualities, or faults. To fulfill the purpose for which this material world is created and destroyed, he comes in the form of a human being, like Lord Rama or Lord Krishna, by his original internal potency. He has immense potency and in various forms, all free from material contamination. He acts wonderfully. He is therefore the Supreme Brahman. I offer my respects to him. Is the translation there on the board? No. Okay. We'll read the purport then. We read the purport. I want attention here, okay? I want all of you to attentively listen. Yeah? And then I may be asking some questions too. So attention is very important. Purport. In the Vishnu Purana, it is said, Gunamscha, Doshamscha, Muni, Vyatita, Samascha, Kalyana, Gunatmako, He. The Supreme Personality of Godhead has no material form, qualities or faults. He is spiritual and is the only reservoir of all spiritual qualities. As stated in Bhagavad Gita 4.8, by the personality of Godhead, Paritranaya Sambhavami Yuge. The Lord's activities of saving the devotees and annihilating the demons are transcendental. Anyone annihilated by the Supreme Personality of Godhead gets the same result as a devotee who is protected by the Lord. Both of them are transcendently promoted. The only difference is that a devotee goes directly to the spiritual planets and becomes an associate of the Supreme Lord, whereas the demons are promoted to Brahma Loka, the impersonal effulgence of the Lord. Both of them, however, are transcendently promoted. The Lord's killing or annihilating of all the demons is not exactly like the killing of the material world. Although he appears to act within the modes of material nature, he is nirguna, above the modes of nature. His name is not material. Otherwise, how could one get liberation by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra? What a point Srila Prabhupada is coming out with. Yeah? Chanting Hare Krishna, Hare Rama. The names of the Lord, like Rama and Krishna, are non-different from the persons Rama and Krishna. Thus, by chanting the Hare Krishna mantra, one constantly associates with the Lord and Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and therefore becomes liberated. A practical example is Ajamila, who always remained transcendental to his activities simply by chanting the Lord's name Narayana. If this was true of Ajamila, what is to be said of the Supreme Lord? When the Lord comes to this material world, he does not become a product of matter. This is confirmed throughout Bhagavad Gita. Janma karma chame divyam, avajananti mamuda, manusham tanum ashritam. Therefore, when the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Rama or Krishna, descends to act transcendently for our benefit, we should not consider him as ordinary human being. When the Lord comes, he does so on the basis of his spiritual potency. Sambhavami Atma Mayaya. Because he is not forced to come by the material energy, he is always transcendental. One should not consider the Supreme Lord as ordinary human being. Material names and forms are contaminated, but spiritual name and spiritual form are transcendental. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshur unmilitam ena tasmai Shri Guruve Namah. Shri Chaitanya Manobhistam Stapitam ena Bhutale Swayam Rupa Kadamahim Tadatisva Padati. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna. Okay. We'll start the class now. Before we start to put this verse into context. Okay? What was happening so far? Once, Gajendra, the king of elephant, that's a story revolving now in this chapter, along with his female companion, family members, went out for a picnic, just like how we go to the mount ranges, the Dandenong Mount Ranges or Dandenong Ranges. Yeah? Like that, he went for a picnic to the mountain range known as Trikuta. Very good. So, like how we call Mount Dandenong, that is also known as Mount Trikuta. So he went there, and there were a lot of water bodies like lakes and rivers and all that. Very nice scenery. Green grasses, everything. Very excellent, fresh air. So, Gajendra thought, okay, good environment, good sunshine, about 30 degrees, not like now, shivering. So he said, come on, let us have some fun. Okay? So what he did was, along with his female companions, elephant female companions, he went into the lake and he was having a good time. Like all of us, when we go out for a picnic, we have a good time, right? But the thing is, we carry prasadam with us. Yeah? He did not carry that. Problem. So, what happened? When he was having a good time, suddenly a big crocodile came and what did it do? Yes. He caught the elephant's leg in his jaws. Very tight. Okay? Imagine. Very, very tight. Then what happened? What happened then? They were fighting. In the sense, the elephant wants to remove his leg, but the crocodile is not leaving. So, this kind of pulling and pushing was going on for 1,000 years. Can you imagine that? Can any one of you fight for 1,000 years? No. What's your name? Aviraj. You should be Kaviraj. 1,000 years they were fighting. And then what happened? As it is described earlier, elephant is the animal of the land. And crocodile is the animal of the sea or the water. And therefore, as the time was progressing, the elephant was losing ground, becoming weaker. And the crocodile was becoming stronger and stronger. Yeah? This is a scenario. At that time, something happened. Something wonderful happened. Yeah? Now, we'll pause that for a minute. Okay? Something is going to happen wonderfully now, in a minute. Okay? We'll pause that and we'll come back to some other story for a time being to explain the scenario. How hard, how difficult is this scenario? Okay? Now, I'm going to give a similar crisis which I saw in my life, not in my personal life, in someone's life, which is almost similar to this. But that person was a human being. But here it is an animal, okay, elephant. Now, many years back, my mother was working for Coimbatore Telephones. My mother was also working. She had a colleague, okay, a lady colleague. Now this lady was a bit unfortunate right through her birth. So a lot of problems, okay. For example, after marriage, this lady lost her husband. So she became a widow, single mom. And she has got a son. So she worked hard. She brought up her son in a nice way, But at that time, no Krishna consciousness. Materially, gave the good education, all that. This guy studied well. He also got a good job in a nice company. Forget about the more details, but he got a good job, working nicely. At the time, when I heard this incident, he was 27 years old. Anyone 27 years old here? Anyone 27? No, all are less than 27, I guess. Okay, 27 years old. His marriage was fixed. Yeah? He got a fiancée. He's going to marry very soon. See? Good job. Good education, fiancé is fixed. He's going to get married. Okay? But a mother is a nice, pious lady. So, time to time, she consults astrology. That's what we do in India. Horoscope. Yeah? Horoscope. You know that? You know what is horoscope? Go to the astrologer and give you a chart. They will see, okay, you have got a problem in coming in 6 months' time, 8 months' time. So, when she saw the astrology of this son, only son, no husband, working hard. So at that time, she went to the astrologer and found out, please can you tell me the chart of my son? The astrologer went through, because those days I'm talking, when I was studying, when I was 15 years old, maybe grade 7 or something, 8 at that time. So he went, the astrologer, those days they are not like these days, okay? They do it properly, because they're all worshipping demigods. But still they got power. They have to worship a demigod to get that power. It's not an easy astrologer. Not now. Now one can smoke a cigarette and do the astrology. Yeah? And drink a bottle of Coke. This is not like that. Those days, they will, worship the demigod nicely, properly, and then they get the power and they tell the astrology. Now this guy went through the astrology of this guy, yeah, and told him, see, your son has got, in South India we call Gandam, you know Gandam? Means danger. He has got water Gandam, Neer Gandam. That means something related to water. Please be careful. That's what he said. Because no one can predict the future except the supreme authority. Therefore, he gave indication. Be careful. Then she said, okay, I'll tell my son. He's a grown-up son, 27. But still, not like our kids here, okay? They listen to the mom. So, the mother told the son, listen, you have got a major problem with water. So therefore, be careful. Yeah? Always remember that your problem, there is a major problem for you in the water. So be careful. The son said, okay, mom, it's okay. Okay, right? No problem. Water, no problem. Like that. He did not take it. He took it lightly rather. Okay? So all of them in the company, they went for excursion. Like Gajendra. They went to the neighboring state. Huh? In that state, there is a dam. So this guy did not know swimming. His mother said, you are going to the dam. Please don't go. She requested the son. She said, Mom, what is this? I'm going with the company. What will the company think of me? Yeah? I want to have a good rapport. Team building. So therefore, I would like to go. So he went. In spite of his mother's warning. So he went. There, he was always careful. Mom told me water. So respect the mom. Okay? And therefore, when the people went for a swimming there, in that lake or a pond, whatever may be, this guy was sitting, away, and he was not going. Then all the friends made fun of him. Hey, are you a kid? He said, listen, my mother has warned me that there is a problem for me relating to water, and therefore I have to be careful. But the friends said, come on, are you a kid? Kids in Australia, they go for swimming at the age of 1. What are you? Are you joking? Come on, have some fun. We have come here for fun. We have come here not to keep our faces long. Yeah? We have come to have some fun. Therefore come. He said no. They called him, pushed him and all that. He went. Then the friend said, okay, what's your problem? Swimming? We know swimming. 5 of us, 6 of us, we know swimming. We will take care of you. Don't you believe us? He said, okay, what can I do? So he went into the water, and what happened, as a fun experiment, one after another fell on top of him. You know how the kids, that is why you have to be careful. Kids, right? When they join together, you become destructive. Okay? We have to be very careful. When you're alone, it's okay. Unlike our devotional service, when we come together, we get powerful. But kids, when you become powerful, it's very destructive. Okay? So know this. Lesson for everyone, including you also. Yeah? So this guy went, and one after another, they jumped on him, and then they had some fun. After some time, they were looking, where is our friend? Where is our friend? His body is floating on the water. Because he did not know swimming. And all the guys who are heavier than him jumped on him. He went to the bottom of the lake. He is dead. Soul has left the body. It will not come back. There is no Narada Muni to bring the soul back. Like he did for Chitraketu. Was not there. So the soul left, and it will take another body. This body is useless. So what could they do? They were panicking. Mother has got only one son, no husband. Look at the situation. Is it not very, difficult situation for the mom? Now, to add injury, they are in the neighboring state, Kerala. Kerala government or any government, they will not give the body without post-mortem. So, when he went with the full body along with the soul. Soul has gone, body is divided, cut into pieces. When the body came. Imagine the plight of the mother. Can you imagine for a minute? This is what happened, material world. 1 minute happiness, next minute distress. This is how the world works. Material world works like that. It is how it works. Correct. Soon, how old are you? 9. We will make some recommendation for you. So in about next 10 years, you can give Bhagavatam, yeah? Yeah? No, sure. Say yes. I'm complimenting you. Okay? You should sit down and you should speak. Because I think he knows better slokas than me. So therefore you can teach. Okay? So this is how the material world works. Unfortunately. Yeah? So now what we do, you know the intensity of this problem, Gajendra's problem. But Gajendra is not dead, okay? That's what I'm trying to say. Now, Gajendra is a situation where the crocodile has attacked. Okay? Now, coming back, putting the camera back to what we are saying now, what happened? Something miracle happened. When Gajendra and the crocodile were fighting, what happened? The Lord gave the remembrance what he did in the previous birth. Can you imagine that? Out of suddenly, he remembered some prayers which he offered to the Supreme Lord in the previous birth. So, we will again go back to what has happened in his previous birth. Again, before we continue the story. Okay? This is like switching over, yeah, so that we understand. In the previous birth, Gajendra in his previous birth was a Vaishnava king. His name was Indradumna, king. He was, later questions, Now, he took retirement because he wanted to fully worship the Supreme Lord. So therefore, he took early retirement and went to a hill known as Malayachala. What is the hill name as? Malayachala Hill in the South India. Yeah? And then he built a cottage and he was nicely chanting and offering prayers to the Lord. Okay? He was almost in a trance. At that time, once, Agastya Muni visited his cottage. At that time, this king was completely in trance, worshipping the Lord. He forgot to honor the sage. Therefore, as usual, the sage got angry. Vasishta, he said, I have come here. You have been disrespectful towards me. And therefore, I curse you to be a dull person like an elephant. Cursed. Then, coming back to the crocodile. Who was a crocodile? The crocodile was also a king. His name was Uhu, like a Japanese name. Yeah? Maybe he was from Japan, I don't know. So this Uhu, the crocodile king, was also a nice pious king. Okay? But he also likes sporting. Everyone likes water, I think. Yeah? Sporting. So he also took his female companion and he was sporting in a lake. At that time, accidentally, he pulled the leg of a great sage. Devala Rishi. He was also playing a fool. Yeah? So accidentally, he thought, I'll pull the leg of my girlfriend, but he pulled the leg of a sage who was also taking bath in the same river. And therefore, the sage again cursed him. What? Your habit of pulling the leg, now you pull all the legs of all other creatures. So you become a crocodile. So Gajendra became a king of elephant, very powerful. And this crocodile became very powerful. So this is how the story goes. And then he remembered the prayers. And therefore, he remembered and he was offering the prayers one by one. So this is one of his prayers of Gajendra. Krishna, whatever he says, he does it. Do we do like that? No. Most of the time we fail. Because Krishna, what did he say in 10.10? Tesham tatata yuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami bhakti yogam tam yena mam upayanti te. I give the intelligence. So, the intelligence is given by Krishna. Although he worshipped the Lord in the previous birth, this birth he got the remembrance. Okay, note this point. We are going to talk about some lessons. Okay, so remember this point. Okay, the Lord gives the intelligence. Very, very powerful. Okay, all right. Now, okay. Now, moving forward, we want to talk some few lessons, what we gather from this Gajendra and Uhu pastime. Because nowhere the name of the crocodile is mentioned. They say crocodile, but elephant is king of the elephant. Gajendra is mentioned. Okay? So from this elephant and the crocodile, what do we learn? We learn a lot of stories. We learn a lot of lessons. Lot of points we learn. Okay? Now, what's the first one we learn? The first point. Anyone wants to say anything? Any point? No. Anyone wants to add any point to this? Yeah. Sages, especially devotees. Devotee sages, okay? Don't pull leg. This Prabhu is very clever. He said it in any way, physically, also intellectually, also. Correct, Prabhu? No, don't play fool. That's what it is. Okay. The first lesson is, whatever little advancement you do in this life, it will never be wasted. Solpam abhyasya dharmasya. That is what Krishna is saying. Are we not so lucky? Are we not so lucky? No? Yes. Because of the movement created by Srila Prabhupada, we are doing only little. Yeah? Some chanting, some hearing, some talking, we are doing. And this will have eternal benefit. Say, in the next birth, I forget Krishna consciousness, but somehow the Lord will remind me. So what an assurance, isn't it? So, very, very important. That's the first lesson we learn. Then, the cursings of all the great personalities is not a curse, but a blessing or a benediction. Why? Why it's a blessing? Because, please understand this. Agastya Muni and Devala Rishi, both of them they cursed, isn't it? The curse of that personality is a benediction because what happened was, because of the grace of these personalities, this crocodile regained his original Gandharva form. Whereas Gajendra, being a devotee, he got the Swarupa, the Lord's form, liberated. He became an associate of the Lord. See, Gajendra, it may take even, we do not know, so many births. Maybe 10, 20, 40, 100 births. But just by the curse of Agastya Muni, in one birth, finished. Back to Godhead. And this crocodile, he wanted to get he was also a Gandharva. And he got back his original body. He learnt a lesson. Now that Gandharva will also become a devotee because he has seen the Supreme Lord face to face. Therefore, he will become a devotee, for sure. So that is the second lesson we learn. And then, what's the third lesson we learn? Is, it's easier to be happy. It's easier to welcome happiness. But it is difficult to welcome distress. Yeah? Who would like distress? But it comes on its own. So, great devotees, they welcome suffering. Seeing the suffering as a mercy of the Lord. Therefore, devotees, please note this point. Sometimes we have to accept reversals gratefully without getting disturbed. Reversals will come. It's a material world. It's an ocean. Yeah, we are swimming. And therefore, we should be in the boat of Krishna consciousness. We are safe. If we try to jump out of the boat, more problems. Okay? Reversals will come. The boat will be dancing. Water will come little bit into the boat. Doesn't matter. Still we go. Okay? Reversals will come sooner or later. But we should accept this as a grace of the Lord. Hold on. Fourth lesson. What is the nature of the material world? Padam padam tad vipadam. Every step there is a danger. 1 minute happiness, next minute suffering. This is how it works. The devotees and the demons, in order to churn the ocean of milk, they formed a truce. They became friends for some time, which is impossible. To achieve something, to achieve or to get some nectar. But what did they get? Initially, what did they get? You get opposite results. But they got it eventually by the grace of Lord. But material world, we get only opposite results. In the 11th canto, which you are going through, one of the devotee is telling a very profound statement. He's saying, accepting the roles as male and female. Maybe Gopal Prabhu may know the Sanskrit version. Wonderful, yeah? I can know only, I'm an Englishman. Only the translation. Accepting the roles as male and female. Just each of the word has got so much meaning. Yeah? I'm just reading that, stating that verse. Please try to understand. Accepting the roles as male and female, the living entity in this material world come together to have sexual relationship, to produce family members, to increase their happiness. But they get exactly the opposite results. Śrīmad Bhāgavatam is saying, 11th canto. That is how it is. You get exactly the opposite results. So how do you counteract that? How do you counteract? Devotion service is the only way. There is no other way. There should be a boat with a guide, and that is Krishna consciousness with a guru. Then, lesson 5, what do you learn? During the time of distress, as we said, all of us will have problems. But Gajendra did not surrender to demigod. He did not surrender to Brahma or Shiva. Whom did he surrender? Supreme authority, only we should surrender. Sometimes astrologer, what happens? He will say, oh, your Ragu is changing the house. He is going from 5. See, Ragu and Ketu, they always change the house. Any planet, okay? It is not like this, not like us. I have got only one house. I will be always in my house. But they got plenty of houses, demigods. Okay? In Melbourne, there are so many suburbs, are there 40 suburbs. Every suburb they can have a house because they're demigod. But I can house only in one suburb. So the Ragu changes from 5th to 6th house, he will change. For a change, he will change. But we will lose our job. This is how it works. And Saturn will, for a change, he will go for a walking. Then we will lose our family members. Shani, this is what happens. Because we are tied up. Our movements are tied up. We are not free, basically. Do you know that? Yeah? You are lifting your hand, you are playing fools with your friends, okay? Having some nice game. To lift that hand, you need the power of 5 demigods. Do you know that? Yeah? You're hitting your friend, dancing. Okay. All that need power. Yeah? To raise the hand, you need a power of 5 demigods. Okay? So therefore, this hand should be raised to chant only Hare Krishna mantra. Not for hitting or dancing or something. Yeah? So, this is what we have to do. The lesson 5 is, Gajendra surrendered to the Lord. And therefore, see now what the Lord does it. Lord could have said, no, oh, Garuda, go and help. Or Sudarshan himself is capable of going. He doesn't need the Lord's support. Sudarshan can go. He's one of the Alvars, according to Tamil in the South India. Yeah? So Sakkarat Alvar, we say. It's an Alvar, the devotee of the Lord. He goes on his own. He doesn't need a companion. But the Lord came walking on his foot. Of course, with Garuda, and then he walked. What he did was, with his lotus hand, he pulled the Gajendra. Will anyone do like that? He pulled the thing, and then with the Shukadhan Chakra, he cut the neck of the crocodile. And then Gajendra got liberation. He became an associate of the Lord, and the crocodile regained his original form. So,
That is the fifth lesson. Then sixth one, very important point for all of us. Gajendra surrendered to the Lord when he found himself in the jaws of crocodile. Maya is like a crocodile, and it will put all of us in her jaws. It will leave only when the jaws of Maya will be relieved, when it will leave us. Like Gajendra. When we surrender to the Lord, then we can be relieved. All of us should make an endeavor. Okay? Now, having said that, I want to talk about a point which comes in the third canto of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. Very good question by Vidura. Beautiful answer by Maitreya Rishi. Okay? Wonderful. Prabhu might know, I think. Again, English. Vidura, this is 3.5.2. Vidura is questions by Vidura. Vidura is asking a lot of questions. In that, very, very important question, okay? 3.5.2. Okay? All of you, please attentively listen to this question. And Maitreya Rishi is giving an answer also, okay? Applicable to all of us. Vidura is asking, oh, great sage, everyone in this world engage in sense gratificatory activities to attain happiness. But one finds neither satisfaction nor mitigation of the problem. You got the point? We are all going in search of happiness. Okay? Through our senses. But we don't get satisfaction. Because the senses are demanding. It wants more and more. It's like a fire. More and more it wants. We cannot satisfy. We don't have the ability. And not only satisfaction, more problems come on the top of it. We want happiness, we go and enjoy, more problems comes. Like Gajendra, he wants to have some fun in water, but that resulted in his life. Yeah? Little bit of fun, it costed his life. So that is how it works. So therefore, Vidura is saying, on the contrary, one is always suffering with such activities. Constant suffering. You go for happiness, distress. Again, you go for different happiness, distress. Distress, suffering. Therefore, please, O sage, give us a direction how to get real happiness. Is there real happiness? Can we find it? Can we get it? No real happiness? He is there. Maitreya Muni is going to tell you. Please tell us how to get a happiness which is real, which will not go away from us. And we don't want to get distress. Yeah? In the material enjoyment, you get happiness short-lived, but problems will come. But give us a real happiness where it should not go away. At the same time, no distress. Please, can you suggest? For that, Maitreya Rishi is giving an answer. He said, people in general are undergoing great distress for the sake of little pleasure. This is due to the Lord's illusory energy. That is how he has done it. But one must take shelter of this Mahapurana, which has got 10 subject matters. Yeah? A Purana should have 10 subject matters. Many Puranas got many subject matters, but this Mahapurana, 10 subject matters, all glorifying only Krishna. So this is why it's Mahapurana. If you take shelter of this, your distress will go away. Do any of you find distress now? Because all of you are listening to Śrīmad. Do you find the distress now? Or it has gone? At least for some time. Yeah? It will come back, don't worry. The moment you go away, 10 feet, 50 feet, 100 feet, more problems. So always buy one set of Śrīmad Bhāgavatam. No distress, no problems. Okay, that's what he's saying, Mahapurana. So one must take shelter of this Mahapurana, then the problem will go. Okay, thank you. Finally, to conclude, today is the disappearance day of, correct? Of Baladev Vidya Bhushan, one of the Acharyas. Now, I know that Mahatma Prabhu is there. In case if I miss that and I said, okay, we'll stop the class here, then Mahatma Prabhu will catch me. What about Baladev Vidya Bhushan? Correct, no, Prabhu? I know. I was scared, Oh, but I did not prepare much, Prabhu. Kindly excuse me. Whatever I know from this dull elephant head. We'll offer respects to Baladev Vidya Bhushan, who is a very profound Acharya in our Sampradaya. Okay? Now, Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur is one of our Acharya. Okay? Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. He has got two disciples, very prominent disciples. One is Krishna Dev. Okay? I'll be asking you questions again. Listen carefully. Very, very important. Our Acharya we are going to talk about. Our Acharya, very, very important Acharya. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur and Baladev Vidya Bhushan. And Srila Prabhupada comments. He comments on Baladev Vidya Bhushan for all his Bhagavad Gita commentary. Yeah? Very important Acharya. So, Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur has got two prominent disciples. You can say left hand and right hand. One is Baladev Vidya Bhushan and the other one is Krishna Dev. Okay? They are two prominent. Both of them were serving King Jai Singh from Jaipur. Yeah, Jai Singh, right? Jai Singh in Jaipur. Now, Jai Singh is a very, very, very advanced Vaishnava, I'm telling you. He's like a guru. Although he's a king, saintly king, his job is to keep on, preaching Krishna consciousness. Very Vaishnava king. Can you imagine? So, both the disciples of Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Krishna Dev and Baladev, were in the assembly of King Jai Singh. Very good. Krishna Dev was doing the networking, like outreach program. Right? All of you. Outreach means go and talk to Vaishnava, selling Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, outreach. Baladev Vidya Bhushan is an in-house scholar. Very, very knowledgeable. No one can defeat him in scriptures, scriptural knowledge, his debating skill, and his logic skill. Perfect. No one can ever be born also. This is the verdict. That is his prayers say that. Okay? Debating, logic, and very, very scholarly. Very, very scholarly. So he was doing in-house writing scriptures, assisting the king, giving some doubts about Vaishnava, like conducting classes, whatever may be in-house. Okay? They were doing. Now, it so happened that Jai Singh is always fond of, sending his envoy to different states like Manipur and other states for preaching, like preaching activities. Once he was challenged. King Jai Singh, Vaishnava king, was challenged by the other sampradayas that we cannot affiliate your sampradaya to any other sampradaya because you don't have a commentary. At that time, there was no commentary for our sampradaya, Radha Krishna Tattva. Worship of Radha and Krishna, there's nothing there. So therefore, if you say Udupi, they worship only Krishna, no Radharani. Yeah? Worship Krishna, but Radharani Tattva is not there. We will not agree. What is that? No commentary. Do you have an approved commentary? Like that. Like certification, ISI, whatever your certification is. Quality approval was not there. So he was worried. Then the news reached Vishwanatha Chakravarti Thakur. At that time, he was quite elderly. He cannot travel. He cannot, he's an elderly person. So, he sent Baladev Vidyabhushan for a debate, and he successfully became victorious. Now, looking into the profile of Vidyabhushan, Baladev Vidyabhushan, he took training from Madhava Sampradaya, from South India. Baladev Vidyabhushan, complete training from Madhava. And therefore, how does he know Gaudiya? Because he was born in a place near Jagannath Puri, Ramuna. Ramuna is a place, and he was born there, near Jagannath Puri. And he went to South India to learn the aspects of Krishna consciousness from Madhava Sampradaya. And then he came back to Jagannath Puri, but by the grace of the Lord, he got assistance from Acharya, I don't know, it's Sri Damodara Pandit or someone, I can't remember the name. And then he was interested in Gaudiya, and then later on, he went to Vrindavan with Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, and he learned the Gaudiya Sampradaya very profoundly, very scrutinizingly, seriously he learned. And that helped him out to come out victorious in the debate. And then a commentary was established, and Radha Tattva was established. Yeah? So that is what it is, Prabhupada. So, and the deity of King Jai Singh is Govinda Dev. Very powerful deity in Jaipur. Govinda Dev is a deity of that king. So, just to tell you, those days, the kings used to worship nicely. Now, no king, no worship only. All these people, democratic people. Okay, so we will stop here. If there is any questions, comments, reflection, thoughts, anyone quickly? Yes, Prabhu.
Hare Krishna. Thank you very much for a wonderful class. You are saying that Lord Krishna came through his internal potency. So can you explain a little more? Thank you.
You want to answer the question? The Lord has got many energies, Prabhu, all coming from the Lord. Material energy, spiritual energy, marginal energy. With his internal or spiritual energy, he creates Vaikuntha, all spiritual world, where there is no birth, death, old age, disease. With his external energy, material energy, he creates the material world, where there is birth, death, and old age. But for creation's sake, the Lord accepts the material energy and he creates. As a favor is doing. Why? Because a conditioned soul in the material world will go back to him at the end of the life. So with the assurance. But in between, the Lord comes into the material world. Although he is aloof, he comes into the material world to attract the conditioned soul by his activities. Okay? For example, Krishna is also eating, okay? Supreme Lord, I am also eating. What's the difference? Lord is eating, Mother Yashoda is feeding nicely. Yeah? To Krishna. Krishna is eating, no? I will also go, I am also if they give me a plate of prasadam, I will also be eating later. Yeah? I am also eating. What's the difference? There is a lot of difference. If I don't eat, I will die. Maybe not today, evening I'll be like this. Tomorrow, that's it, gone. And day after tomorrow, I will not wake up. They have to give me drips. And the fourth day, This is my state. But if Krishna doesn't eat, will he die? If there is no oxygen during COVID time, what happens? People die. If there is no oxygen in Vrindavan, will Krishna die? That's a difference, supreme authority. All his activities doesn't depend on the material nature. Okay? He comes as an original person in his own internal energy, and then he can live without anything, without water, without air. But he wants one thing. What is that? Krishna cannot survive without one thing. Wow. What is that? Mahaprasada? That is us. Devotees. This is his problem. Krishna's devotee is like breathing. If there is no devotee, the Lord will become not weak in one sense. That is a problem. Krishna's problem is his devotees. Yeah? So he comes on his own internal potency, Lord, when he comes. But that is a one point, Prabhu. And when the Lord comes, when I go, sometimes, if I walk without my shoes or something, all the thorns and all that prick me, and that's it. Gone. I cannot walk. But when Krishna comes, the earth will make Mother Earth will make the earth soft for Krishna. Will the Mother Earth make soft for me? No, harder. This guy is coming. Come on, make it harder. Pain for him. But when Krishna comes, all the tree will bend. That's a problem. That is the thing. So everything will fail because he is a supreme authority. Everything is created by him. Therefore, everything obeys him. Therefore, why not we obey the Lord? What is our problem? False ego. But that will go by chanting Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. Okay, thank you. We'll stop here. Thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Any other comments? Yes, Sivya. Give the mic, Prabhu, give the mic to Sivya. I have to listen to the question attentively.
Hare Krishna, Prabhu. Thank you for the nice class. Prabhu, you mentioned if the demons die, they go to Brahma Loka, and when the devotees die, they will go to the spiritual world. So which devotees? We hear in lectures when devotees die, they either take in a birth in a devotee family or they become demigods. So which devotee? Like the devotees who are fully 100% surrendered unto Lord Krishna go to the spiritual world? Or is it like all the devotees?
Our acharyas say that to please Krishna, one must do pure devotional service. Yeah? The destination of pure devotional service is Krishna. The destination of mixed devotional service is many destinations. One can even end up, for example, which I am doing now, mixed devotion service, I can end up in Brahma's planet too. Because the devotion has to be, what is the definition of pure devotion? And Krishna, Bhakti Uttama. So the focus, gradually I'm saying, not immediately. So gradually our goal is Anya Abhilashita Sunyam. Yeah? Whatever activity you do, try to please Krishna in that activity. So then it is pure, and then we'll go. But that will come eventually, not now. When we are in grade 1, we will go to grade 12 or grade 11. It will take gradually. If that is the goal, pure devotion, then it will end up. Otherwise, the destination is different. Okay? Although, if you are on the path of devotion service, as recommended by the acharyas, if you take up sadhana bhakti, then Lord will guide us accordingly. If you don't complete also, next birth, we will get one more birth to complete. So, answering your question, if it is not pure devotion service, then the likelihood of going to Krishna Loka is not very good. That's a goal. And having said that, we can also end up in Swarga, Brahmaloka, and we can even get impersonal liberation, not impersonal liberation. Liberation also, but it depends on, but devotees, I think Krishna is kind enough to help us, he's helping us. Because for Gajendra in the previous birth, he thought Lord is helping. So therefore, Lord will help us for devotees, okay? Because our goal is to worship Krishna. No, we don't have any agenda, isn't it? As long as we don't have an agenda, hopefully. Yeah?
Thank you, Prabhuji.
Okay, thank you, Hare Krishna. I don't know if I fully answered your question, but...
Hare Krishna Prabhuji, I had this question, like as you said in the starting of the class that demons, they go to Brahmaloka and...
no, Srila Prabhupada is saying, not me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And devotees go to the spiritual world, but we see in like Putna's case, she went to the spiritual world after Krishna killed her. So...
why she ended up there? Krishna sees the rasa. Putana, when she came, she had the motherly affection, and that's why she gave the breast milk. But the motive was different. But the rasa, she had a motherly love for Krishna. And therefore, to reciprocate, he did. Now, if you ask me a question, why did Krishna do that? He is independent. He can do anything. Why did Krishna give Ajamila liberation? Because Yamaraj has already made a big prison for him, Ajamila, for his suffering. But Yamaraj was a bit upset because he wanted to punish Ajamila, but he went back like that. So that is Krishna's choice. Because of seeing that rasa, oh, you are just like my mother, and therefore you also enjoyed like that. The eternal abode. But she may not, I guess, will be like a personal associate, She may not have intimate dealings. They will be liberated. For example, if I am in Canberra, I may not see the Prime Minister. I may be in Canberra, yeah? But I may not see the Prime Minister. Like that, she may be in Goloka, but her acquaintance with Krishna may not be that much. She may be in a different place or something. So only pure devotees are very associate of the Lord, like that. Okay. Thank you. We'll stop here. Thank you very much. Gantara Śrīmad Bhāgavatam ki jai. Jagat Guru Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Nitha Gaura Premanandi. Hare Hare Hare.